Yo, what's up? It's your boy KirbyDK10 here, and in today's video, we're going to be talking about my concerns with Battlefield 2042, and will it be a good game? That's really what I'm worried about the most, is there are a lot of fundamental issues with the game, specifically the operators, I think, are going to play a big role in if I don't like the game or if I like the game. And most people seem to be picking the grappling hook guy, or because I think it's like the default that you get, or the Casper, mostly for fragging. And the next issue is I think we don't have enough medics playing the game, or at least not enough Maria Falks or whatever. Maybe there will be a different medic in the game, whenever the game comes out fully. But it seems that not many people are reviving, mainly because you're stuck in the revive animation for about 4 years. The guy who's being revived is stuck in the animation for another 4 years, so you're both sitting there for, it's not 4 years, but it's pretty much, I think, around 4 seconds for a revive. And that's a lot of time in a first-person shooter game. You could get flanked, shot in the back, you could get shot from the front, you can have a bunch of things happen while you're stuck in that revive animation because you have to pull out the defibs and defibrillate the person. Why not have the defibs as a gadget? There's no point in having to pull out the defibs and revive the person like that. Why can't you just pull it out as a gadget, charge him up, hit him like you would in Battlefield 4 or Battlefield, I believe, 1? You had a syringe you could do it with. It seems they took Battlefield 5's system, took out the revive animation, which is okay, Yeah, I think it was it was an interesting, idea. And they essentially just replaced it with a worse version of that. And, your character doesn't even duck down whenever they revive. They literally just stand there, pull out the defibs, and defibrillate the person. Which isn't very satisfying. I don't think it has the best animation either, but, somebody else might like it. I also think another big issue with the game is that it doesn't have really good haptic feedback, and what I mean by that is you don't feel good shooting the guns, you don't feel good reloading the guns, you don't feel good, reviving people either. So not a lot of people are incentivized to revive in this game, and that's really a tragedy because that's really what Battlefield is about. It's about teamwork, and I don't see much teamwork going on in the game, besides potentially vehicle play, which I'm not a big fan of in Battlefield. I'm not very good with vehicles, so I don't use them all that much. So yeah, this game hasn't been the most fun for me. And that is one thing Call of Duty always has had over Battlefield, is that I feel like Call of Duty has always had the better animations, and whenever you reload the gun, the guy pulls out the magazine, smacks it back in, you cock the bolt back or whatever, and it just feels really nice. Whereas in Battlefield, the animations kind of feel a little more stiffer, a little less, natural, I guess. And this game, in my opinion, has taken it to the extreme, and that's not a good sign. I think I think it's a Battlefield game that's made to get people into the franchise, but the problem is it doesn't have the good parts of Call of Duty, where I don't think a lot of COD players are going to enjoy not having that really nice haptic feedback, or that's what I like to call it, but I don't know the exact term, but the animations of Call of Duty have always been so amazing, and that's, because they have a lot of developers developing in the game, and, I think DICE and Ripple Effect, or I guess Ripple Effect now, they've basically had 4 teams working on this game, and to me, it feels like an indie game, and that's not a good sign for things to come whenever it comes to the launch, because if your game feels like a indie game, to me at least, it's not a good sign for launch. Now, the second thing is the server issues. I'm almost guaranteed this is going to be, ironed out in the full game, whether it be at launch or whether it be a few months after launch. But it definitely will, eventually be fixed. Every Battlefield game has had bad servers at launch. Battlefield 4 had really bad ones. I think maybe Battlefield 1 or 5 had a couple server issues, but they've always had rocky launches, and I don't think this one's gonna really change. But I'm looking at the big picture things, right? And I see a lot with this game. I want to get this out there because I know I've kind of been hating on the game for the majority of this video, but I really want to see this game succeed, and that's why I want to be critical about it. And I'm looking long term, and I think whenever it comes down to it, 6 months down the line, whenever they fix a lot of the issues and stuff, and the game becomes really polished, it will be that Battlefield game that all of us want. But the problem is I would like it to be that way at launch, either this time or the next time they make a Battlefield game. I'm tired of paying for unfinished games whenever it comes to big publishers, whether it be Call of Duty, whether it be Battlefield, whether it be Rainbow Six hasn't launched Extraction yet. We'll see about that one. But, whether it come to any game franchise, I don't want to see them release unfinished games, and I'm just tired of it at this point. And all of these concerns have had me thinking about the Battlefield Portal mode and Hazard Zone instead of playing the All-Out Warfare mode, mainly because, in Portal, you can basically make the Battlefield game that you want, right? And for me, what I would probably do is, if they ever remaster one of the Battlefield 4 maps or a couple of them, I would just make a custom server where it was literally just the Battlefield 4 guns on the Battlefield 4 maps, and have it be 64 players or something, and literally just play a Battlefield 4 mode in the 2042 engine. That seems like it could be potentially really fun. And the other thing, I guess, would be Hazard Zone. We don't really know what it is, and it's a month out. Not a very good sign there as well. The only thing they've shown off is the All-Out Warfare game mode. So if the other two modes aren't that stellar, I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if the game, isn't that good at launch. I mean, it just happens with Battlefield, right? And the other thing is do we believe DICE that this is a older build of the game? And this is where I kind of get into the conspiracy theory, but potentially they're just saying that to save face. I mean, this is nothing new with companies. They want to make sure people keep their pre-orders and make sure, their stock investment looks good. So they'll pretty much say anything to anyone to get that to happen. So, yeah, I think they might be doing that in this case. I wouldn't be shocked, EA has always had some fucking shitty business practices whenever it comes to, releasing games and even just making games, right? So, not surprised there if that's untrue. But yeah, I've been pretty negative in this video, but overall, my thoughts are pretty positive. I am still excited for the game. I still have my pre-order ready, and I haven't canceled it yet, so I think things are going to be okay with this game, long term at least, but I'm just worried about the short term whenever it comes to how the game is going to be at launch. And I hope it's not this rough. I hope they are telling the truth that this is a little bit of an older build of the game, but if it's not and this is how the game is, I guess we just going to have to live with it and try to make content on it. I don't know, but I hope you guys enjoyed. It's been your boy KirbyDK10, and I'm out. Peace.